Good morning, Guardians. The Hijabi Gamer here, and yes, it is Tuesday, and I've remembered again to do a weekly reset for Destiny 1. And I even did the first two bosses in Challenge of the Elder, so I can tell you who all three of them are. Now, first off, we have the usual weekly Crucible with Mayhem Clash. And I did save a Treasure of Ages box. Let me do that first. I have a Treasure of Ages boxes here to show you, give you an idea of what you get inside Treasure of Ages boxes. I got a ton of silver dust you can use in the silver dust store. It's got some good stuff, the silver dust store, including Vanguard reputation boosters, ornaments, sparrows, you name it. Tons of good stuff in the silver dust store. Maybe I'll show it off later on. Treasure of Ages boxes come with a ton of different random stuff. There's probably something also waiting for me. So I got 2 silver dust. There's probably something waiting for me in my postmaster. But you also get Whim of Rahul. So when you respawn, it changes its appearance. When you respawn, you come back for 2 hours. You get a ton of these. These were left over from one of the holiday events. Anyway, so for this week, we have Mayhem Clash in Crucible, Legendary Marks 10, and a Treasure of Ages boxes. Then we have the weekly story playlist, which, damn, I just realized. Oh, Dark Champions. Dark Champions is basically bosses. So I remember when I did it, it was like that crystal on the moon. Crota, I think it was the crystal that had the soul of Crota in it. But it's like champions. You've got heroic, as always, enemies appear, because it was the heroic story mission. So heroic enemies appear in greater numbers and are more aggressive. Then you have Void Burn, which I know is this week's theme, and small arms. So primary weapon damage is favored. I don't know if there's an exotic raid primary with Void Burn, with void damage. Let me know in the comments. I don't have any. I just have solar and arc burn weapons for primary exotics. But there must be a void. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. So you do that 5 times. You get at least 20 legendary marks each. Sometimes more. So you get at least 100 legendary marks and a Treasure of Ages box. Keep in mind, this is important because I found that out the hard way today. You reach 200. Well, I was just reminded. I didn't realize I had so many. Once you reach 200 legendary marks, you can't get more. So you might as well just spend them. I usually spend them on either weapons in the tower or armor, or sometimes I'll just get planetary materials just to use them. Because you can trade in planetary materials for a ton of stuff. I have so much planetary materials at this point, it's insane. That's the weekly story playlist. Then you got Siva Crisis Heroic Strikes. So you've got, as always, heroic enemies appear in greater numbers and are more aggressive. Void Burn, it's a theme. They have burns. Then you got Berserk, minions of the darkness won't flinch even after massive damage, and small arms. Like I said, if there is a void primary weapon exotic, let me know because I need that weapon. So Siva Crisis Heroic Strikes. You get a Treasure of Ages box the first time, up to 30 legendary marks. Might do them this week, though I'm not Then the weekly Nightfall Strike is the Echo Chamber. So again, Void Burn. This one I might try to do. Berserk, minions of darkness won't even flinch after massive damage. Brawler, guardian melee damage is greatly increased. Airborne, players deal more damage while in the air, which I like. And the best modifier, Daybreak. The darkness grows stronger and so do you. Form a fire team of 3 and unleash your light with greatly increased ability recharge. Oh. Well, Daybreak basically means that your super just is always resetting. It's just brilliant. It's awesome. I know it's Void Burn, but alright, I'll go based on my memory. So it's Echo Chamber, which is the one from, it was originally it was a PlayStation 4 exclusive. It's the one on Venus where you then have the mind that has walls and you have to like use arc balls to move the walls. It was originally a PlayStation exclusive. It's now available on Xbox. Challenge of the Elders, I remember, was primary arms. So you had primary damage favored. You have extra points with grenade kills, which to me is a pain in the butt. And then there was one where your abilities recharged slower. So, which is a pain in the butt. I was going to suggest Bad Juju. I noticed my super did restart as slow as I thought it would. The bosses for Challenge of the Elders, the first one was Psylocke the Defiled. Psylocke the Defiled is the Taken Hive. So that's the Taken Knight that shoots liquid flame. Even though it's the Taken one, he still has 2 Hive wizards. Always deal with them. I actually used Abyss Defiant because that's a primary solar against the wizards with their solar shields. Abyss Defiant melted the wizards. It was a piece of cake. The second one was a servitor. It's a servitor. It's the servitor one. So it's the non-taken fallen. Pilot servitor of a war-wretched fallen catch. My advice on that one is make sure you have a shotgun, because the biggest killer for me was so it's not taken, so the enemies come out of doors at spawn point, but there are a lot. Look, let me emphasize this: a lot of vandals with swords, and they will gang up on you and jam you into a corner. I died twice because I was basically unable to jump out of the way or move out of the way because they basically mobbed me with their swords. So if you need something close range to kill them, and I was using Ace of Spades because I've just gotten into I'll get into modes where I'll use certain guns, but I was thinking of giving it a go with Bad Juju as well, but it didn't feel like my abilities were recharging particularly slow. The third one is the Taken Cabal, Noruisk, Servant of Oryx. So that was the one the week before last. However, with small arms, meaning primary weapon damage is favored, that might not be as bad because your primary weapon is going to be favored, so you'll be able to do more damage on them. So not that bad. I might try and solo it later today and post a video of me soloing it in the next day or two. The worst one, the boss I hate the most, is Val Araun. Cabal strategist Val Araun. That's the not taken Cabal, because he's got his little scions and it's just so difficult to deal with. Finally, the raid. The weekly raid was Crota. I can't remember anything else. I just remember that I mentioned the challenges. But the weekly raid is Crota. Now, I haven't done Crota in a while, so if you do want to do Crota, I don't even know how, this is embarrassing, I do not even know how to kill Crota, simply because whenever we did Crota, my job was to deal with the eye in the sky. That, because I would have my Celestial Nighthawk. But I've done Crota more than any other raid. I mean, I've got several of the raid weapons for Crota, including Abyss Defiant, which is a Crota weapon. But hey, I wouldn't mind doing Crota. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing. I really need these exotic raid weapons. I was actually going to go to the tower and show off how many new players there are. Usually I have found about 1/3 to 1/4 of the players in the tower are new people. People whose light level is below 1500. You'd be surprised by the number of new people who are constantly coming into Destiny. So that's why I think, Bungie is keeping it going, because there are a lot of new people. I think a lot of people go into Destiny 2 and then they're like, hey, let me try Destiny 1 for a go. One of the things, I don't know, one of the reasons I like Destiny the first a bit more than Destiny the second is the champions feel to me like they are a cheap gimmick to make something harder. Whereas with Destiny 1, you had some really difficult stuff and you didn't have champions. You didn't need champions. I mean, you saw me going through Challenge of the Elders. It's difficult. It's hard. Of course, it is also designed for 3 people. Which to me, there's no matchmaking. So when something's designed for 3 people and there's no matchmaking, it's almost like Bungie saying, hey, Cat, we dare you to do it. Come on, Cat. We dare you to do it. It's basically like saying, yeah, I know it says 3 people, but can you do it? You know you want to do it. It's a challenge. Anyway, sadly, I'm sorry this conked out on me. I don't know why. Could be the Bungie servers. Anyway, I will definitely be live streaming this weekend. I needed a weekend off. I was going to play by myself, but anyway, hope to see you in the tower. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the tower.